So hi, in this screencast we're going to have a look at corner pin tracking. I have some nice footage here of a lady standing behind a computer screen, and we're going to fill in this computer screen. So in order to make a new composite with this footage, what I can do is I can select the footage and actually drop it into this icon here, which means it will make a new composition based on the settings of this footage, which are actually 1280 on 720 and this frame rate. And by doing this, the composite will actually have the same aspects here of this footage. So what we see here is a simple example where we can all the time see the four corners, which are here. And we're actually going to replace the screen with this image of the Finder of Apple. Easy. Good. So to get this done, we need to select our footage. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it footage. And we're going to have to track this. I have my tracker window over here. So if you don't have that tracker window, just make sure you hit on Window and select Tracker. Make sure it's here selected. That's when you see your tracker window over here. What we need to do is we need to track this footage. So we need to track the motion of this footage. We're going to do this same way as we did before with the elephant. We're going to hit Track Motion. And what After Effects is going to do at this point, he's going to open this layer, the footage layer, into a new tab over here. So we have the composite, which is still this name, and we have the layer footage. Let's first rename this composition, for instance, and so it's this one. So I hit Enter, and I'm gonna call it Corner Pin Tracking. Enter. Okay, so now we have some good names. It's always a good idea to give your compositions and your layers a clear name so you can find what you're looking for. So at this point you see we have this footage, okay, and what is easy about it is that mainly the four corners we have to track are always visible. So the track pointer is not going to really have a problem tracking those four corners, and we have some clear, very clear pixel information here around these corners. So in order to do this, at this point we have one track point. That's because we only have position here selected, and in the track type we have transform. We don't need a transform. What we need is a perspective corner pin. So I'm going to select perspective corner pin, and at that time After Effects will give us mainly four track points, yeah, which are track point 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the footage layer you will see we have a motion tracker, tracker 1, which is having those 4 points. We need to track the footage now. So first of all, we're going to position the track points here on the four corners. So this one will of course go over here. This one will go over here. Fourth one is going in this corner. And then track point number 3 is coming in this corner. We're not going to really adjust the feature and the search region, because I mean we have some good information over here, and since I'm in the beginning of my footage, I'm just going to simply hit Analyze Forward. So I'm going to do that, and After Effects is going to follow the 4 track points at a time. It's not taking too long. That's the advantage of a track point tracker. It's pretty fast, and he's very able to, you know, find details on this track. So After Effects is now done, and if we go scrub through this footage, you see we have a whole bunch of data. We can have a look at the keyframes which are made. You can see them here, but basically if you select the footage and you hit the U key, then actually After Effects is going to show you all of the keyframes that it has made with this track. What we now need to do is we have to go back to our composition, which is this one here, and I'm going to add a new layer of this Finder window. Okay, so basically that's what it actually looks like. It's a Finder window suitable for an iMac, I guess, and we're going to apply this to the composition and put it on top of it. What you see now is that the footage of the Finder window is actually bigger than our composition. It shouldn't really be a problem, so I'm actually going to directly apply the data from my tracker, which is this tracker here. I'm going to apply it to this layer. So in order to do that, I have to double click here back on this layer, which will bring me back into this tab, and I'm going to edit my target. Since I only have one other layer in the footage, After Effects is just automatically going to select this one layer with the Finder JPEG. I'm going to hit OK. Alright, so next thing I would like to do is I'm going to apply it. So I'm going to hit Apply. But After Effects is just going to take a little while. After Effects is now going to apply all the data to this footage here. So what you see here on this layer, just going to only select this layer here. After Effects has added a Cornerpin effect, which is actually an effect that's let's have a look here. If I hit corner, see, it's actually an effect you can apply to the layer. So After Effects automatically applied this effect to this layer, and it has put 4 corners. So you see, if I take such a corner, we'll scrub it out. I have to undo this, Control Z. And After Effects has actually tracked it and put it onto this footage. So there we go. Very, very easy. You can see we have these track points a little bit too close, or not really exactly on the edge. So we see a little bit of green here. We can easily select this layer, which I'm going to maybe recall in OS X. And I'm just going to scale this layer a little bit. So you can select the layer, hit the S key, and just slightly scale it. So maybe go to 101. That should do the job. And After Effects has actually scaled the layer, and what the result is this. Okay, that's nice.